So, how do you guys feel today?
Awesome. Wonderful. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here. Let's start out with some easy stuff.
Hello. Is that Dave Madison? Yes. Is he crying already?
All right, let's start with. See, I feel like I've already interviewed you, so I'm not sure where to go. Let's go with Marilyn, ladies first.
Okay.
How did you step into the world that is Kevin Smith's? What was the thing that brought you in?
Thank you. Okay. The thing that brought me into Clerks was the fact that I found out about an audition because I had been doing the community theater circuit in New Jersey, and I found out about an audition.
Let me just interject real quick. Show of hands, who's seen the movie Clerks, first off? There are always a few who's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I don't, just spoiler alert, because there's a lot of funny stuff from what I've been told. So I just want to make sure that we have a fan-friendly, I was like, I thought I was here for Snitsky, you know what I mean? That's how it
Yeah, so I was doing the community theater circuit. I was in the middle of a play when I found out about auditions for this. And the way that they had classified it is that there's going to be this kid doing this movie. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care who's making a movie, I want to be in a movie. So I went and I auditioned, and pretty much it just kind of fell into place. And then I met Brian. Actually, I saw that he was going to be auditioning as well. I had already read the script. I was already cast as Veronica.
Oh, okay.
And there were second auditions for the Dantes, and Kevin brought me in to play opposite the Dantes. But we had already worked together twice in theater.
The Dantes?
Yeah.
The Dantes?
Yeah.
Is there more than one Dante?
Well, it was auditions.
It was auditions.
Okay. I asked you this question on the show. I want to ask you again. This is actually a Mosier question. All right, why do you suppose that Veronica would have snowballed that guy?
Yeah, it's out already. Love it. All right, no kids in here. Kid went out. I had to go to the material after this farm rant.
With
Because you requested it.
with actors, with teachers and stuff like that, they like you to make character description and the life history, and I never did that for Veronica, so I have no idea. So.
Bullshit.
Although, it was funny, leading up to this con, I drove out here from New York, and I said to Marilyn, I said, hey, I'm going to the Halloween party store for the Halloween costume thing tomorrow night. This was the other night, or tonight rather. This was yesterday. Do you want to go? Do you need anything? She's like, oh, I'd like to come to Target. I was like, okay. And I was like, what do you need? She's like, I want to see if Hostess has any snowballs that I can have on my table. And I swear to God, I was like, really? Really? All right. Yeah, people do buy them. It's weird. I'm like, all right. So we get there, and they didn't have any. You were the only thing that was snowballing in Target.
It's the coconut, I think.
Yeah. Coconut.
You know what? I think I want to turn to the audience. Do you guys have any questions? Anyone want to ask a question?
Wow, really? One thing to us and bang to the audience?
I'm almost done, though.
Excellent
What can I
preparation
say?
there, buddy.
I'm sure you've been asked this before, given the nature of the film, but what's the worst job you've had?
Who are you dressing to?
Everybody.
Everybody. Ladies? Marilyn?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Non-sexuals.
Whoa, there's no holds barred, sir. Everything
As
counts.
if I would have had something like that.
Talking more about Brian.
You live out in the valley in California. Van Nuys is not that far.
Yeah, no.
For those that know, Van Nuys is the porn capital.
Gosh, I'd have to say, I don't know. I've had so many jobs that have been so crappy. But I worked for Kmart at one time. I was in high school at the time. I worked the service desk. Yeah, that's not good. That was probably the worst.
I want a refund on my snowballs.
Who did you know then? Worst, crappiest job I ever had. I wouldn't say it was crappy. I mean, it stunk, literally, because I was a manager at a ShopRite seafood department. So I was the guy ordering fish and selling fish, and to buck up sales, I would get on the store intercom and I would be like,
"Oh, it's Popeye here, and we got a wee little sale on shrimp. So come on by, cause it myself.
you know, and I would do that. And then I would do the, anybody Monty Python fans? Remember the old English washerwoman's like, hello, there's a penguin on the telly. So I'd be like, and so we have some scrod on sale and blah, blah, blah. So one of the vice presidents was in the store one of the day hearing one of these crazy, and he was like, what is going on? But meanwhile, the store manager was like, his sales are up 40%. So this kid, whatever he's doing, he's a nut and he's selling fish. And it turns out that after a while, management came to me to be a supervisor to go to problemed seafood departments of their chain, and then, you know, go on, and other managers are like, this fucking kid, what do you mean? I'm not gonna do no fucking voices on the thing. So what they did is they made me go up and record stuff that would play throughout all the stores, and it was very fun. Like I would do, like at the time, like the Cajun chef, remember him? Ooh, I guarantee it's a wonderment. Put it on young and garlic, and we got some catfish here today at $4.99 a pound. Just come on back, ask that Brian guy, he'll help you hook you up there. You know what I mean? And then we would do these type of things, and so it wasn't it stunk to the point that I would go home and my mother would be like, put those shoes outside, because my cat would be all like, meow, like rolling in my shoes, like, oh, licking them and shit, and so I had to keep that shit outside. So that was one of my worst jobs.
But I enjoyed it.
How can that be a bad job?
Because it stunk, dude. You would go out and you'd still sort of, I smell like I fucking fucked 1,500 Italian whores. I'm sorry. Is there any Italian whores in here? I'm sorry. I'm insulting
He didn't
everybody.
say he was fucking the fish. That's all right, bro. Mine's more realistic. I used to do some maintenance at a high-rise building when I was younger, and one of my chores during the day was to clean the trash compactor.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know, because when we would throw bad fish into it.
exactly. So basically, it would compress every type of garbage
Into juice.
well, into a snake-like system of garbage bags, and then I'd have to wrap them, which was bad. But the worst was the remnants that would come out of the machine go into a pan, which I'd have to clean out daily, which was So that was probably the worst. Other than that, all my jobs were pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's similar. I had worked in a bakery for about 7 minutes. It might have been one of the first
Horrible
jobs.
yeast accident.
Yeah. But it was like one of the first jobs I had. I was really young. I was clueless as to what was expected of me when I saw what I had to do, and I completely wimped out, I'll be honest. I was the grunt guy. It was all clean up. It was nasty, and but that had to be one of the worst, easily. But I've had a good track record. With the life I've had, I'm happy to be gainfully employed ever. So there's that.
How horrible can bakery waste be?
Filth is filth, bro. I mean, it stunk. It stunk, like you said, with the a lot of the products that I guess the dough and the yeast and things of that nature that
So
aren't
you
used.
made the semen bread.
Semen bread. I tested the semen bread. I snowballed the semen bread.
Was that a problem? Every girl you dated afterwards had a yeast infection?
They all absolutely to the very day.
So you guys have been spending a lot of time together with the conventions and everything I've noticed lately. Who would you say gets the most shit amongst the four of you when you guys are hanging out? I knew the answer.
The old fuck on the left there.
Why is that? Well, why is that? Why? I'm gonna. Why are you going after poor Scott?
Because it's a love fest. He loves it. You know.
Oh yeah, he's absolutely lovely.
He can't wait till I come here.
He can't, to be honest with you, he really can't fight the way he wants to fight back, because otherwise his defibrillator in his chest will spark.
That's true.
We don't want to put the guy into cardiac arrest ahead of time, you know?
Too old to get feathered by it.
Right, exactly.
All right, folks, you have all four here. Chance to ask a question. What was the weirdest experience you guys had with fans?
I once had this was at a Vulgarthon, which was an event that Kevin used to throw down in Red Bank, where he would screen movies at this the White Street Theater, which had 3 screens in it. So he would screen movies that either he wrote or friends or directed and wrote or something that he had to be part of. And so we would do signings of things for them afterwards. We'd have a table in the lobby of the theater. And I actually had a guy come in and have me sign a 2-foot dildo. He's like, hey man, would you sign this? I'm like, whoa, where'd you get that, dude? Get away! And he's like, yeah man, I thought, I'm like, what does this have to do with me? He's like, I just thought it's funny. And I was just like, okay. So I took the Sharpie, I'm like, I'm not holding it, motherfucker, I'm sorry. And so from a distance, I was just like, and then he decided to pose with it with me. I'm like, just like, okay. And so it's just like, years later, funny postscript to this. Years later, I did this film called Miss December in Philadelphia a couple of years ago, and we were talking in general, and then just in talking with him and being part of the production, and I'm on the production now like a good month. He goes, "You don't remember, do you?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Do you remember Vogathon or Vo something 02, whatever it was, and some guy came to you with a 2-foot dildo?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "That was me." I was like, "Really? Fuck, I've been shaking your hand all this time." So then I said to him, I was like, "Whatever happened to that dildo?" He goes, "I don't know, I lost it." And I'm like, how do you lose a 2-foot dildo? You know? And I'm thinking there's somebody walking around like, oh, get it out already! Somewhere. But yeah, this guy turned into a film producer, funny enough. That's my weird experience. Back to you, Marilyn.
No, I can't say that I've had any weird experiences.
No?
No, not really. Lots of times, most people are actually afraid to approach me. I was having that conversation with somebody last night, actually.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and he was. I said to him, it's like, funny enough, I find it that guys, actually women too, are afraid to approach me, but they'll approach you easily enough.
I'm like the same reaction. Just well, what?
And I said to him, it's like, from a male perspective, tell me, how come? Because I'm there smiling, and I'm like, I feel like I'm approachable, so I don't know.
I think it's you're the most serious one of the bunch.
I'll give you 37 reasons why. Is that not an obvious answer? The women are whispering to, that's the whore. And the guy's like, dude, I wouldn't touch that. She's been with 37 dudes. Where are you? But guys do scream at you, can I be 38? Right?
Yeah.
Try not to suck any dick with your parking lot.
I mean, but it's not
Have you
weird
actually had that
anymore.
question?
Right.
It's not weird anymore.
Of course not.
No, because it
To
happens all
you,
the time.
but the people who are hearing it around you going, what is that guy screaming at that woman? Hey, sir, that's rude. No, you don't get it. Oh, forget it. Weird? What are you? Weird anything?
I got a phone call one night when I was at my house, in my pajamas, probably about 9 o'clock at night. A guy from California called me, and he said, I'm up your street in a van with 3 of my buddies. Would you mind coming out and signing some stuff for me? Whoa! I was like, really? And I said, how did you find out where I lived? He goes, oh, well, you know, I searched this one. I just left Halloran's house. And
Oh, that guy! Oh, dude, this is weird. I totally forgot about that.
I was like,
how did you get your phone number?
I have no fucking. Well, Halloran, he must have did some bullshit.
No, dude, I took a photo of these guys in my house because I said the same thing.
Well, I
like
didn't
this.
let them in the
I said,
house.
this is fucked up. And all I did is I signed like 10 or 15 things to them, but I said, hey, do you mind? They're like, mind to take a picture? I'm like, sure. And they're like, hey, do you mind to take a picture of you? Thinking, if any shit happens, I got their fucking photo.
Well, I took it a step further. I live up the street from Whole Foods. So I said, all right, listen, guys, you're not coming to my house. For one of my wife's here, you know, and everything. I said, I'll meet you at Whole Foods in 10 minutes. They said, all right, that'd be great. So I hang the phone up, call my other buddy who lived around the corner from me. His name is John. I said, John, you busy? He goes, no, why? I said, meet me in front of your house in 5 minutes and bring your 9 with you.
It's 9-iron and it's golf. It's golf.
He goes, really? I said, yeah, bring it, load. I said, he goes, why? I said, because I don't know what the fuck I'm going into right now. So I said, we're going to go to the parking lot. You're going to hang back, and I'm going to meet these guys. And if something happens, you need to, you know, have
You
my
might
other.
end up in a Walrus
Yeah.
suit.
Yeah. I said, now my other buddy Carl on speed dial, who's the local cop there. because going to a band with 4 guys, who the fuck knows what I'm getting into?
Wow, it was only 2 at my house.
Yeah. Yeah. So I get there, they open the van, the side of the door, as you would think, creepy as shit. They all jump out, and then they ask me to come inside the van.
Whoa.
And I was
Right,
like,
between enter the
no.
van.
yeah, enter the van. I was like, yeah, I was like, for what? And they're like, well, all the shit's inside that we want you to sign. I was like, really? And they're like, oh yeah, we just left Ohio, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, let me see what he signed. And they showed me, and I saw his signature on everything. So then I kind of got a little bit more, easy about it. But yeah, I must have signed about this.
Meanwhile, I could have been in the trunk of another car.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Hearing the conversation. Go.
Yeah. So my buddy gets out of the car and he stands up and he looks at me and goes, "You all right, OD?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good right now." So just don't leak that. But yeah, I mean, that was probably the weirdest.
Yeah, those guys were creepy.
Yeah, they came all the way from California
Yeah, I threatened them. I said,
Oh my
"Look,
God! Wait a minute.
on a whim to find us. Yeah.
No, because it's like I just remembered. Because when you asked the question, I'm thinking here at conventions, and you saying that they came from California.
Yes.
They came to your house too.
I don't know if it's the same guys, but I was living in an apartment, and the buzzer went off, and so I pick it up because when it buzzes, it takes your phone.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and
That's how it works.
and they said it's like I know this is gonna be weird and all that kind of stuff, but it's like I'm a fan and I
Kind
have
of
some
burly?
photos. Yeah.
Yeah,
Little boy.
Wow. Golden Burley. Yeah, those are the
I
guys.
think he had a hat on, so I don't know.
Yes.
But oh my God! And I'm like, how did you even know that I was here? And they're like, well, we kind of drove by and we saw you walking in one day, kind of thing. But he had a stack of photos.
Yeah.
But as soon as I got off the phone, I called the manager of the building and I said, hey Dex, it's like so this is a situation. It's like, can you come out with me, please? So I was
That's
out in
so
front.
weird. I've never. This is the
Oh
first time,
my
by the way,
God.
that I'm hearing this. That we're all hearing this. So this is just as much of a story for us.
There was like 3 guys.
Did they ever get to you?
And I'm hurt. No. How do you know why I get the abuse? Nobody loves the Chuy's gum guy, man.
Well, you had to see his apartment. Though.
And you have. So thank you for that. No, but this is the first time I'm hearing it, and I'm wigged. You're not more freaked that this cat had your phone numbers, came to your house?
Yes.
But with stacks of stuff, and that was okay?
I was
What-
stalked via fax once by these 2 people, brother and sister from Kentucky, literally writing in the backward E type of like bad writing, like I have no idea what the English language is.
Ransom
kind of
writing.
Yeah, kind of ransom. Well, that's cut out pieces of paper ransom writing, right? But and they were like, we can't wait to come to the big city and visit you. And I was just like, I gotta get rid of this number. How do you find my fax number? And I got rid of it. But anyway, that's
that's
another weird
wigged.
thing. What about you? What was the weirdest thing for you besides being
Well,
forgotten every
mine's
time?
tame because like being abused and mistreated. No. Mine's pretty tame. It was at a con. It's con related, and it's vulgar. The movie vulgar related.
Right.
A couple had come up to the table, and they were really, they were all covered in tats, tons of piercings. Very cool couple, but oddly enough, like their favorite, like Vulgar was one of their favorite movies. Travis Lee was this cat's favorite character, which is
Just real
twisted.
quick, poll. Hey, raise your hands. Anybody seen Vulgar? Just so we know where his at is.
Wow, that's
All right.
awesome.
That's cool. All right, good.
So how weird is it that because the guy's a wife-beating lunatic, and this is your favorite character, and you got to take a picture with my wife, and he made her get in my lap, which was awesome. But still, it's just weird that was their favorite character and scene, but I guess in their way they found some kind of.
I want to took my daughter hostage.
Yeah, no, there's nothing
I can
endearing at
relate,
all about
brother.
that. What am I talking about? I have no idea.